especially to Sir Arnold Kanday. Hello, sir. For today's video, I would like to represent my discussion about the School of Linguistics and the major branches of linguistics. So, it would probably be useful to start out by explaining exactly what linguistic means. So, to put it simply, it is the study of language, but in a scientific way. This means not just looking at the meaning of the words in a language, but how the language is formed, the context it is used in, and much more. Since it is the scientific study of language, there are, of course, numerous schools of thought related to it. Here are 5 of the most well-known linguistic school of thoughts in my list. The first one is the functionalism. This first school of thought focuses on how language is actually used in everyday life. Those who abide by functionalism look at language as just another tool for humans to use and thus tend to focus on the function language and its different parts have in our lives. The theories of functionalism focuses on phonological, semantic, syntactic, as well as the pragmatic functions of language. Functionalism emphasizes the importance of social context, usage, and the communication function of the grammar, phonology, orthography, and more of a language. The second one is the structuralism. Based on the work of Ferdinand de Saussure of Switzerland, structuralism is an approach to linguistics that focuses on the idea that language are fixed systems made up of many different units that connect with each other. This school of thought marked a shift from historical linguistic analysis to non-historical analysis. Later on, other linguists would come to see structuralism as rather out of date. It worked for phonology and morphology, but the theories it proposed don't make as much sense as the ones proposed by new schools of thought. Saussure was aware of the fact that in his time, he would not be able to get a good understanding of the human brain and so left that to future linguists. The third one is the generativism. The work of Noam Chomsky became the basis of the generativism approach to linguistics. It was originally a way to explain how humans acquire language in the first place, but soon it came to be used to explain the different phenomena that occur in all natural languages. The generative theory of language suggests that in its most basic form, language is made up of a certain rules that apply to all humans and all languages. These lead to that theory of a certain rules that apply to all humans. So, the universal grammar that all humans are capable of learning grammar. All of this was developed in the second half of the 20th century, with Noam Chomsky taking into account of the Zelig-Harris as well. So the third one is the historicism. Historical linguistic is the branch of linguistics concerned with the study of phonological, grammatical, and semantic changes, the reconstruction of earlier stages of languages, and the discovery and application of the methods by which genetic relationships among language can be demonstrated. It is called diachronic linguistics. Historical linguistics had its roots in the etymological speculation of classical and medieval times in the comparative study of Greek and Latin developed during the Renaissance and the speculation of scholars as to the language from which the other languages of the world were descended. It was only in the 19th century, however, the more scientific methods of languages comparison and sufficient data on the Indo-European languages combined to establish the principles now used by historical linguists. In the 20th century, historical linguists have successfully extended the application of the theories and the methods of the 19th century to the classification and historical studies of non-Indo-European languages. So, the next one is the cognitivism. Last linguistic school of thought on our list is emerged in 1980s as a reaction to generalism. So when we talk about cognitivism, it is the mental process such as thinking, memory, and knowing and problem solving need to be explored. Or knowledge can be seen as schema or symbolic mental constructions. So, in basic terms, cognitivism says that language emerges from human cognitive process. So, like what I said earlier, it is the mental process. It challenges universal grammar by suggesting that something that all humans can inherently understand, but rather it is learned by using language. In this sense, it is a bit similar to functionalism. However, the main focus of cognitivism is how language is based on meaning that the mind creates. So there are I think 10 branches of linguistics. So these are the theoretical linguistics, descriptive linguistics, applied linguistics, historical linguistics, social linguistics, psycholinguistics, comparative linguistics, anthropological linguistics, stylistics, computational linguistics. So there are many branches of linguistics, but I researched that there are also major branches of linguistics. So the first one on our list is phonology. Phonology, so kung ingon tag phonology, it is the sounds in a speech in cognitive term. And then the next one is psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics, it is the psychological aspects of language and linguistics. So that is why it is called psycholinguistics, because it talks about our brain. And then the social linguistics, study of the impact of society on language and linguistics. And then the next one is historical linguistics, study of evolution and origin of language. So, kumaingon tag historical linguistics. Yes, it is the study of language and linguistics. Then the next one is computational linguistics, study of spoken and written language in computation and programming. Then applied linguistics, study of real-life applications of linguistics. Phonetics, study of sounds in a speech in physical terms. Syntax, study of formation and structure of sentences. Semantics, study of meanings. Morphology, study of the formation of words. And then pragmatic, study of the use of languages. Then pragmatic, study of the comparative linguistics, study of the similar aspect of common origin language. And then the last one is stylistics, study and interpretation of style and tones in languages. So that would be all. Thank you. Gracias. Tebi.